Hi and good evening, Miss. We are from Group 3. Today we are going to discuss about a video which titled Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Lee Duckworth, the American academic, psychologist, and popular science author. Before that, let me provide a brief overview about it. The speaker defined grit as a passion and perseverance toward extremely long-term goals. She also explained that grit is the ability to work extremely hard day in and day out to make your future a reality, not just for a week or for months, but for years. Lastly, she stated that grit means preparing life as a marathon rather than sprint. The speaker also incorporates some paralinguistic and nonverbal features that help to improve the talk and promote deeper understanding to the audience. I will be the first student and my name is Noor Yasmin Ramlan. My metric number is 203621. So I will be explaining about the paralinguistic of body posture. So let me share the screen first. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Teaching,
Oh, sorry.
demanding job in management consulting. For a job that was even more demanding, teaching. I went to teach seventh graders math in the New York City public schools.
Okay, for the first time reference of 40 seconds to 30 seconds, the speaker began her speech by placing both hands on her hips. People generally indicate that they are prepared to act when they stand with their hands on their hips. The intention is also to make them appear greater and that they are not submissive by opening their bodies. Next is on time reference 26 seconds until 31 seconds.
And like any teacher, I made quizzes and tests. I gave out homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated.
Okay, for this time reference, we can see the speaker place one foot just in front of the other and keep her legs wide open. The intention is to indicate that the speaker has an active stance and to keep herself steady while convey the speech. And the last time reference is 32 seconds until 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
What struck me was that IQ. After I made quizzes and tests, I gave out homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated. The only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have stratospheric IQ.
Okay.
And that got me thinking.
Okay. Here we can see where the speaker stand upright with her shoulders back and also did not put her hands in her pockets. This indicates that the speaker has a strong and confident and also a calming posture. The intention is to look professional in conveying her speech to the audience. That's all for my part. I will now pass the time to Iffah Hanim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yasmin. So my name is Noor Hanim binti Abu Bakar. American number is 203909. So I will talk about stress pattern and rhythm. So firstly, I will share my screen. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so the first time reference is on 56 seconds to 1 minute.
Kinds of things you need to learn in seventh grade math. Sure, they're hard. Ratios, decimals, the area of a parallelogram. But these concepts are not impossible. And I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they worked hard and long enough.
So in here, the speaker stresses on the word these in the sentence. The speaker intention on stressing the word these is to indicate the point that she mentioned before, which is the 7 grade math, ratios, decimals, and the area of parallelogram. So the second time reference is on 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So here.
My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets would stay in military training and which would drop out.
So in here, the speaker stresses on the word West in the sentence. My research team and I went to the West Point Military Academy. So the speaker's intention in stressing the word West is to indicate the place that they went is West Point of the Military Academy. And the last one is on 5 minutes and 4 seconds.
By Charles West, and it is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort.
So in this sentence, the speaker stresses on the word belief. So the speaker intention in stressing the word belief is to indicate the things that she believes and trusts on the particular things. So that's all from me. I will pass to Dushsani.
Okay, good day to Ms. Shakira and my fellow group mates. My name is Dushsani Munusamy and my metric number is 204011. Now I will be explaining on paralinguistic or non-verbal feature as selected, which is pauses. So pauses may refer to a rest, hesitation, or also a temporary stop. So before moving to example 1, let me play the selected scene. The time reference between 1 minute 21 seconds until 1 minute 31 seconds.
Need in education is a much better understanding of students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective.
Okay, so the speaker made a pause after the sentence's psychological perspective. So the speaker's intention to pause was to emphasize the key point and to keep her audience focused on the important pieces of information she was sharing about. Moving on to the example 2, let me play the selected scene from time reference between 1 minute 38 seconds until 1 minute 48 seconds.
But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily?
Okay, so the speaker made a pause right after she asked a question. So the speaker made a pause after a thought-provoking question to her audience. So this is to keep her audience to be engaged during the talk. Okay, now we move to the last example 3 of pause, which is time reference between 2 minutes 46 seconds until 3 minutes 1 second.
Very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit.
Okay, so the speaker made a pause in the sentences, it was great. So the speaker made a pause during the build-up of suspenseful part where she conveyed grit as a significant predictor of success. So this is a form of a speaker giving signals to the audience to let them know that a new thought or idea has been shared by the speaker. So that's all from my side. Now I will pass to Nurul Hidayah to share her presentation.
Okay, thank you, Dushsani. Okay, my name is Noor binti Anuar. My metric number is 203663. Okay, paralinguistic or non-verbal feature that I choose is body gesture. Before that, I will try share the screen. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Firstly, body gesture that I found in this video is from minutes. Is from 45 seconds until 47 seconds. Let's look at first.
My strongest performers did not have stratospheric IQ scores.
Okay, I found that the speaker shows hand gestures by grasping her hands while saying some of my strongest performers. Okay, this hand gesture is to show that the speaker wanted to show a sign of strength by grasping her hands. Okay, second body gesture is from 1 minute 31 seconds until 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is
Okay, I found that the speaker shows a Chinese number gestures. The speaker raised her index finger by saying, in education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. This gesture is to signify the natural numbers from 1 to 10 by using one hand. Hence, the intention of the speaker raising her index finger is to indicate number 1. Okay, lastly, at the from the 2 minutes and 15 seconds until 2 minutes 21 seconds. Let's look at the video
National
first.
Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children would advance farthest in competition.
Okay, I found that the speaker shows a hand gesture by opening her palms from her body and forward while saying, we went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children would advance farthest in competition. The intention of the speaker by doing this hand gesture is to indicate a far or forward signs. And that's all from me. I will pass to the Eliyah. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Eliyah binti Murusin and my metric number is 204045, and I will continue to the next part for the paralinguistic and the nonverbal features that I choose is the eye contact. Okay, for the second example is at the minute at the 15 second until the first 22 second.
Yasmin, please unmute.
I went to teach seventh graders math in the New York City public schools. And like any teacher, I made quizzes and tests. I gave out homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated grade. What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest
Yes, okay. At the first 50 second until the first 20 second, the speaker rolling her eyes when saying, I left a very demanding job in management, consulting for a job that was even more demanding. And the reason why the speaker notion like that is the speaker intention for rolling her eyes is to flashback to the past incident that happened in her life. Okay, the second example is starting from minute 2 minute 20 second until 2 minute 24 second.
studied rookie teachers working in really tough neighborhoods, asking which teachers are still going to be here in teaching by the end of the school year.
Okay. In this part, the speaker closed her eyes for a while and said that we studied rookie teachers working in a really tough neighborhood. And why the speaker's action like that is to engage audience in her presentation and improve her concentration. Okay. And the last example is starting from the video 4 minute 54 second until to 4 minute 56 second.
Idea I've heard about building grit in kids, something called growth mindset.
Okay, in this video, we can see that the speaker make her eyes smaller and said that so far, the best idea I have heard about building grit in kids. Okay, and why the speaker intention and the reason why the speaker intention for making her eyes smaller is to give certainty to the listener about the idea that is stated. Okay, I think that's all for the paralinguistic and the non-verbal features from our group. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
think we
everyone.
have come to an end of our video, and thank you guys for your good cooperation.
Thank you, guys.